Today we will discuss about monostable multivibrator. In the previous class already we discussed about bistable multivibrator. In bistable multivibrator we are having two stable states. But in case of monostable states there is one stable states and another one is quasi-stable states. One stable and another one is one quasi-stable. Okay. Quasi means temporary stable states. Okay, monostable maintains as one stable states and another one quasi stable states. This is the circuit diagram. This is similar to the bistable multivibrator. One transistor output is connected to the input of another transistor. But in case of bistable multivibrator, here we are having resistance R1. There is no resistor, and this here we also get another resistor R2. Okay, this is the designing of monostable multivibrator. One capacitor and one resistor is added, and here this resistor is removed. R2 is removed from this base of the Q2. Okay, this is the diagram of monostable multivibrator. So let us assume Q2 is on and Q1 is off. First case, Q2 is on, Q1 is off. Then the capacitor starts charging like this. This is the charging path. Capacitor, this is the charging path of capacitor. Okay, capacitor starts charging. So it starts charging and it holds the maximum voltage VCC because the applied DC voltage is VCC. So it starts charging up to maximum VCC volts. Okay, suppose this is the stable state, this is the permanent stable state. In permanent stable state, Q1 is on, sorry, Q2 is on and Q1 is off. This is the stable state. Suppose if we apply negative trigger pulse here, if we apply some negative trigger pulse, this one, negative trigger pulse, negative voltage, okay, then what will happen? This voltage, this point is connected to the input of transistor Q2. Okay, then input of the transistor Q2 is negative. Negative means the transistor Q2 becomes immediately enters into off state. Okay, when we are applying negative trigger pulse at collector of Q1, then transistor Q2 becomes off. When Q2 is off, then VD equal to maximum. Okay, for off transistor output voltage is maximum. If at this point voltage is maximum, then it is connected to the input of transistor Q1, then Q1 becomes on. Okay, this stage is called quasi stable state. Okay, first one is on, Q2 is on, Q1 is off. This is permanent stable state. Next, this is quasi stable states. Let's see the operation again. Okay, when negative trigger pulse is applied, then Q2 becomes off and Q1 becomes on. Okay, at this time the capacitor starts discharging in this path. Capacitor starts discharging in this path. Okay, like this capacitor will be continuously discharging. Like this capacitor will continuously discharging, and at some point voltage at base of the transistor Q2, that is VB, is equal to V gamma. That means the discharged voltage is applied to the input of the Q2. This voltage is connected to the input of the Q2. At some point, base voltage is almost equal to the cut-in voltage. Okay, or greater than or equal to cut-in voltage. At this time, the transistor Q2 becomes on. At this time, the transistor Q2 becomes on. If Q2 on, then here the voltage is equal to 0. Voltage 0 and Q1 becomes off. Q1 becomes off. Okay, this is stable. Again, it enters into stable state. This is the permanent stable state. Q1 off, Q2 on. When negative trigger pulse applied, temporarily Q2 enters into off state, Q1 enters into on state. After some time, automatically without applying any second negative trigger pulse, automatically Q2 enters into on state and Q1 enters into half state. That means they will get the original position back, original state will be back. Okay, this is the monostable operation. It has only one stable state and another one is quasi stable state with initial conditions. Let us assume q2 on, q1 off. And q2 on, capacitor starts charging in this way. Capacitor starts charging up to maximum voltage vcc. Okay, next, and it is on, then output of q2 is 0, and this 0 is applied, q1 becomes off. When negative trigger pulse is applied at output of q1, the transistor q2 becomes off. Why? Because capacitor does not allow any sudden changes, just it passes the sudden voltages. That means this negative triggering pulse will be simply passed. It acts as short circuit for this negative trigger pulse. It allows the sudden changes. Just it passes the negative trigger pulse to the transistor q2. Then q2 becomes off. If q2 becomes off, then output at q2 is equal to maximum. If q2 output of q2 is maximum, that is applied to the base of the transistor q1, then q1 becomes on. If q1 becomes on, the output voltage is equal to 0. At this point, the output voltage 0. At this condition, the capacitor starts discharging in this path. Capacitor starts discharging in this way. Okay. Next, when the capacitor voltage, discharging voltage at some condition is almost, that means VB at this point, voltage VB is equal to cut-in voltage or greater than cut-in voltage. At this condition, the transistor Q2 becomes on. If Q2 on, then Q1 becomes automatically off. Okay, this is the quasi. Again, it enters into stable state condition. It temporarily remains Q2 on, Q2 off, Q1 on, Q2 off condition. This is temporary stable state. This is called quasi stable state. Next, Q1 off, Q2 on. This is permanent stable state. We can move into temporary stable states by applying negative trigger pulse only. Okay, we can again come back into stable states without applying any negative trigger signal. Okay, this is the operation of monostable multi vibrators. The output waveforms are like this. Let's see. VB, that means input of second transistor, and VC, output of first transistor. This is the negative. Capacitor charges exponentially. Capacitor charges exponentially. Okay, so this is negative VCC minus VCC. This is saturation voltage, VB saturation. VB saturation. So we'll extend these lines downwards. Okay, first state, initially we are assuming Q1 off, Q2 on. Okay, when negative trigger pulse is applied, then Q1 becomes on and Q2 becomes off. After some time elapsed, then Q2 is automatically, Q1 is automatically enters into off state and Q2 is enters into on state. Okay, this is the input voltages. Next, output voltage at, correct, we will get constant voltages. Okay, maximum voltage VCC. Okay, when Q1 off, Q2 on, then output Q2 here, Q2 off. So output of Q1 off. So output of Q1 is maximum. In this condition, Q1 on. If transistor on, then output is 0. This is 0, quasi stable state condition. Okay. Next, here Q1 becomes off. So output again maximum. This waveforms will be continuous. Okay. Next, we have to derive the equation for time period. Okay, this time period, this is T. From here to here, this value is T. and it has to reach up to maximum. This is the actual value, but it reaches up to only here only. Okay, but practically it has to reach up to maximum voltage. So then find out initial voltage VB equal to input voltage of trans Q2, VB equal to, this is exponential signal. For exponential signal, this is the standard formula, V final minus V initial into e power minus t by R into C. This is a standard formula for exponential signals. V final minus V initial into e power minus t by RC. So VB equal to, finally it has to reach positive VCC. VCC minus initially it starts at minus VCC into e power minus t by RC. Base voltage approximately for saturation, this is approximately ideal case, VB equal to V cut in equal to 0. We can consider, let us consider VB equal to at t equal to capital T. Okay, then substitute this in this equation, then 0 equal to VCC minus VCC plus VCC into e power minus capital T by RC, because at t equal to t, we are considering at t equal to t. Okay, at this case 0 equal to VCC minus 2 VCC into e power minus t by RC. Okay, then VCC equal to 2 VCC into e power minus t by RC. Okay, VCC get cancelled. E power 2 e power minus t by RC equal to 1. Okay, e power minus t by RC equal to 1 by 2. Okay, then from this apply logarithm on both sides, then we will get, or otherwise just e power t by RC equal to 2. E power t by RC equal to, this becomes numerator 2. Okay, apply logarithm on both sides, then we will get log base e into 2. Then t by RC equal to log base e to value 0.69. Then t equal to 0.69 into RC. This is the time period equation or pulse width equation. Okay, this width, pulse width equation. Okay, like this we have to calculate this pulse width. Okay, this is about monostable multi-vibrator. Okay, simple operation. On this monostable multi-vibrator, one stable state is there and another one is quasi-stable state. In stable state, they are permanently set in, Q2 is on state and Q1 is in off state. Whenever negative trigger pulse is applied at Q output of Q1, then Q2 enters into off state, Q1 enters into on state, that is temporarily only. After some time elapsed, because of this capacitor action, Q2 again remains enters into on state and Q2 enters into on state and Q1 enters into off state. And uh, okay, that is the operation of monostable operation. Then we will get the this is the input voltages exponential form. Capacitor starts charging slowly exponentially. It does not allow sudden changes. Okay, it starts exponentially charging and also discharges exponentially. Okay, so that's why this sudden changes will be allowed as it is. For this pulse width, this is the pulse output, is the pulse width equation. This one is the pulse width equation to to calculate pulse width. This is the equation. Okay, right. Next we will discuss about astable multivibrator. Astable multivibrator. This is also same operation. Astable multivibrator. Astable multivibrator. Circuit is similar. Okay, resistor R1. Here one capacitor, one resistor VCC. Similarly, one resistor, one capacitor, ground, ground. Here there is no resistors at this place. Okay. This is R, R, C, C, RC1 and RC2. Okay, Q1, Q2. Okay, this okay, this is the circuit. Okay, please check it. This is the circuit. Let us assume otherwise this is R1, this is R2, this is C1, this is C2. As for our comfort, C, this point is A, B, and D. Okay, so this is unstable. That means there is no stable states. Here, bistable vibrator, we are applying two triggering pulse to get two stable states. In case of monostable state, we are applying only one triggering pulse to get one stable and one quasi stable. In case of unstable vibrator, we are not applying any triggering pulse. The two states are quasi stable states only. There is no stable state. Two quasi stable states. There is no stable states. That means temporarily stable states only. Suppose let us assume Q1 is on. If Q1 is on, automatically Q2 is on. Q1 becomes off. First, let us assume this. This is the initial condition. Q2 is on, Q1 is off. At this condition, capacitor C2 becomes charged through this path. Capacitor C2 charged. Okay, capacitor C2 charged. And at this point, the voltage Vd equal to, this is on transistor. For on transistor, output voltage is equal to here 0. If it is 0, then capacitor C1 becomes discharged. Okay, this is Q1 equal to 0. Sorry, output of Q2 is equal to 0. So capacitor C1 starts discharging, and this discharged voltage is applied to the transistor Q1, input of transistor Q1. At some point, that means VA equal to V gamma. That means capacitor discharges slowly. Whenever this like this discharges exponentially like this. Okay, exponentially. Whenever this voltage reaches to cut-in voltage, whenever discharged voltage reaches to cut-in voltage, that is VA equal to V gamma, VA equal to V gamma, then transistor Q1 becomes on. Okay, it is equal to V cut-in voltage, then transistor Q1 becomes on. If Q1 becomes on, the voltage at output voltage at Q1 is equal to 0. The output voltage at Q1 equal to 0, and this 0, this is 0, suddenly it drops to 0. So capacitor C2 just pass this sudden changes, and this sudden change is applied to the transistor of Q2. Then Q2 becomes off. Okay, this 0 will be just passed to the Q2, then Q2 becomes off. Here in this case, Q1 becomes on, Q2 becomes off. If Q2 becomes off, then capacitor starts, C1 starts charging, and C2 starts discharging. Here 0, here output voltage maximum. So capacitor C1 starts charging and C2 starts discharging. This discharging voltage is applied to the base of transistor Q2. When this discharge voltage, that is VB, is equal to V cut in, then transistor Q1 becomes, Q2 becomes on. Okay, then this discharge voltage is applied to the base of the Q2. Whenever this discharge voltage is equal to cut-in voltage, then Q2 becomes on. If Q2 becomes on, output voltage is equal to 0. This sudden discharging voltage, that means this 0 is directly applied to the base of transistor Q1. So then transistor Q1 becomes off. Transistor becomes off. Again, here it is maximum voltage. Capacitor C2 starts charging and C1 starts discharging. Next case, Q2 becomes off, Q1 becomes on. This process will be continuous. Both the transistors not permanently stable, not permanently enters into the stable states. They are temporarily enters into the stable state. Sometime it is on. After some time, it goes into off state. Again, some time elapsed, it enters into on state. Similarly, Q1 also. They are not permanently settled in any state. Okay, this temporarily enters into the state. That's why this is called quasi stable states. Both are two quasi stable states only, no stable states. Okay, this is the bus stable multi vibrator. So we are not applying any triggering pulse, negative triggering pulse. So this is also called free running multi vibrator. Free running multi vibrator. It generates square waveform. This is also called square wave generator. Okay, this is also called square wave generator or free running oscillator. Okay, free running oscillator. These are the waveform, just like same, just like a monostable. This is VB. In this case, Q2 on, Q1 off. So in this case, Q1 on, Q2 off. First condition, first cycle Q2 on, Q1 off. Second cycle Q1 on, Q2 off. Next cycle Q1, Q2 on, Q1 off. This process will continue. This is the input of Q2. Similarly, this is the output square wave. Okay, the output square wave. Similarly, another quasi stable state condition is there. Okay, pure opposite for this. This is the pure opposite. This is at Q1. This is at VA Q2. Sorry, this is at Q2. This is at Q1. VA and VAD. Okay, these two waveforms are, for these two waveforms, these are quite opposite. These are the waveforms. For these waveforms, we have to calculate. For these waveforms, similarly, we have to calculate this one, time width or pulse width. We already calculated in monostable multivibrator t equal to 0 point, same process. Okay, no need to calculate again. This is the same process, 0.29 R into C. Okay, there, here, but we are having two quasi stable states, two exponential signals. This one exponential and this one another exponential. So let us assume for this one exponential T1 equal to 0.69 R1 C1. Similarly, second exponential T2 equal to 0.69 R2 C2. So total time period T equal to T1 plus T2. Then T equal to 0.69 into R1 C1 plus R2 C2. If R equal to R1 equal to R2, and C equal to C1 equal to C2, then T equal to R1 R2 RC plus RC 2 RC 2 into 0.69 1.38 RC. This is the pulse width equation for a stable multi vibrator. Okay, this is about a stable multi vibrator. Right, thank you.